ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथिता पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदे साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते।
देव्यस्त्राहिनो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते।
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्।
शेषानपहंसि तुष्टास्तु सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताः यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति।
त्वामाश्रितानां विपुनराणां त्वामाश्रितायाश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
सर्वबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते।
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते।
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्।
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टास्तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताः यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति।
त्वामाश्रितायाश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
सर्वबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते।
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी नमोस्तुते।
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्।
रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टास्तु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितान्नान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताः यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति।
त्वामाश्रितानां विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रितायाश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
सर्वबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्।
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरविनाशनम्
शुचो देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य. Unmute. Yeah, you can. Sorry. Shucho deshe pratishthapya. You can unmute. No problem.
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य
स्थिरमासनमात्मनः
स्थिरमात्मनः
नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं जैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
शैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये समं कायशिरो ग्रीवम् धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वम् दिशश्चानवलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितम् मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः Total 5 topics have been discussed in 6th chapter with a reference to meditation only. First is Samanya Sadhanani, or it calls Bahiranga Sadhanani. And this is, Bhagavan said, is a discipline which we have to be followed day to day. So Karma Yoga considered as a Bahiranga Sadhanani. Second topic is Antaranga Sadhanani, and Bhagavan will discuss in this Antaranga Sadhanani, before sit in meditation, which steps one has to follow. It's called Antaranga Sadhanani. Third topic Bhagavan will discuss is the nature of meditation, Dhyana Swarupam, the nature of meditation. Fourth one, the result of meditation, Dhyanasya Phalam, Dhyana Phalam. And fifth one Bhagavan will discuss is obstacles which can come while sitting in meditation. We have seen Samanya Sadhanani, Bahiranga Sadhanani we have completed. And sixth topic, which is not connected with meditation, but Arjuna has asked, if person has not got Atmagnanam, then what will happen to that person in next life? That person, Arjuna has asked, but main 5 topics are connected with meditation. among which first Samanya Sadhanani we have seen. And what are the Samanya Sadhanani in general? From first verse up to 7 verse, Bhagavan has discussed is Samatvam, balance of mind. Bhagavan has discussed from this discipline we have to follow in day-to-day life. Samatvam, Karma Yoga. Bhagavan has discussed in first or 2 verse. Second, we have seen Krupas. There are 4 types of grace. In Sanskritam, it's called Krupa. Grace. We always face Ishvara Krupa, Shastra Krupa, Guru Krupa. Ishvara is not partial, is open, is always bestowed his grace to each and every person. Same way, Shastra, scriptures are also not partial. They always open for each and every person. In same way, if Guru finds that student is serious, then Guru is always helpful to that student. But what is the important grace? It's called Atma Krupa. We have to make comfortable us to listen Shastra. We have to make comfortable us to balance mind. Everything what we are doing, putting effort, it's called Atma Krupa. That Bhagavan has discussed in Uddared Atmanatmanam. Third topic, in same verse, Bhagavan has discussed is self-effort. Generally, people think we have come with our destiny. We cannot change our destiny, but Bhagavan says we can change our destiny if we can put any effort properly. So, self-effort also Bhagavan has discussed. Bandhu Atmana Atmanastasya. And fourth one, Bhagavan has said is self-mastery, or we can say self-management. We would like to study Shastra, we would like to sit in meditation, but our body, mind, sense complex is not in our hand. Then what will happen? So self-mastery means we should be master of our BMS, body, mind, sense complex. That all we have seen. This is also we have seen. From 11th verse, that Antaranga Sadhana topic has already started. We have seen 11th verse, where we can sit for meditation. Bhagavan says, Shucho Deshe Pratishtapya. We can sit in meditation where the place is pure, clean. Atmanaha asanam sthiram. Atmana means oneself. One's asana should be stable, sthiram. There are 2 types of asana Bhagavan has discussed. One asana, sit, which you are using, is called asana. And sitting posture is also called asana. So asana are 2 types. So here Bhagavan has discussed is which type of sit on which we can have meditation. So Bhagavan says it should be sthiram, asanam, atmanaha. One's own asana should be sthira, firm, stable. And Bhagavan says it should be not that much height. It should not too high. It should not too low. Na ati nicham, na ati uchritam. And it should be made up of 3. Down below is called kushaha. Is a grass mat. Ajinam. Second layer should be a skin of deer. and chaila means soft cloth. So on top of, we have to sit on soft cloth. Then ajinam means skin of deer, and last one is kushagrass. These all are specific because while doing meditation, there is some energy created in our body. It should not go inside the earth. That's why this asana is necessary. That Bhagavan has discussed. And why we are doing meditation? So Bhagavan has given answer is Atma Vishuddhaya. So Chailajina Kushottaram, that sit tatra ekagram manah krutva, tatra tasmin asane, on that mat, ekagram manah krutva, our mind should be focused in up. This is the qualification of person. Yata chitta indriya kriya. Yata means master, a person who is a master of one's own activity of mind, and a person who is a master of one's own activity of sense organs. It's called Yata Chitta Indriya Kriya. This is a qualification of person. This is the adjective of a person. And that person should asane upavishya, having seated on that mat. And what that person should do, yogam yujyat, they should practice meditation. But for which purpose? Bhagavan says, Atma Vishuddhaya, for purification of mind, not for self-knowledge. Meditation can help for preparing our mind's purification, no other purpose. Atma Vishuddhaya. Then we are seeing 13th verse. We were in 13th verse. Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam sthiraha samprekshya nasikagram svam dishascha anavalokayan. This is also called asana. Asana means sitting posture. Samam meaning is should be in one line. And what should be one line? Kaya means our back. Shiraha, our head. Griva means neck. So head, neck, and our body, particularly our back, should be samam, should be in one line. Dharayan achalam sthiram. We should hold our body. Achalam, we should not be wobble. Sthiraha means firm. So this is the sitting posture. Asana have been discussed. Now Bhagavan is discussing how we can sit and where we can fix our eyes. So Bhagavan says, where we have to see, fix our eyes, swam nasikagram, one's own tip of the nose, sampreksha, we have to see it. Actually, sampreksha, the meaning is to look, having looked, but sampreksha, looking, one's own nose, and also dishahacha anavalokayan. Our eyes should not move all over the direction. So it should be fixed. Avalokayan means to see, but anavalokayan means not to see. Dishascha, everywhere. Now the main discussion will be sampreksha nasikagram svam. Why our eyes should fix on the tip of the nose. And always Pujya Swamiji used to joke, if some Chinese is sitting, if someone who doesn't have, tip of the nose, then where that person cannot sit in meditation. So what is the meaning of sampreksha nasikagram svam? So Shankaracharya has given beautiful explanation. So Anvaya Kayaha Shiraha Grivam Samam. This should be on one line. Achalam. We should not be wobble. Sthiraha should be fixed. Dharayan, our body should hold in this way. And Swam Nasikagram Sampreksha, having looked one's own tip of the nose, Dishaha cha Anavalokaya. We should not looking at all over the direction. So first, these three words, Samahakaya Griva Shiram. Head, neck and body should in one straight line. Meaning is, while sitting, our pose should be erect position and body should not bend. Achalam sthiram dharayan. Then when we are sitting, dharayan means holding. Achalam, it should not be wobble, it should not move. So Shankaracharya ji says, what is the meaning of dharayan achalam? So Shankaracharya ji explained, samam dharayatah chalanam sambhavati. When we are sitting straight position, our body can shake. So he says, samam dharayatah manusyasya chalanam sambhavati. They can move. Chalanam sambhavati. Ataha vishinishti. That's why he specifies achalam. In spite of sitting in erect position, we should not move. That's why achalam. That's why Shankaracharya says, what is the meaning of sthiraha means sthiro bhutva, having become steady. Sthiraha bhutva iti arthaha. This is the meaning of achalam sthiram dharayan. It says, when we sit in meditation, we should forget, this is my leg, this is my knee, this is my elbow, because every starts aching, if we're sitting in one position. So we should sit comfortably. So that's why achalam sthiram. Now, samnasika gram sampreksha. So looking at one's own tip of the nose. So Shankaracharya, this all are what I have put is Bhashyam of Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya ji has said, Samnasika gram sampreksha. What is the meaning? It says Samyak prekshanam darshanam krutva. Samyak means proper. Prekshanam means looking. Krutva means having done. Last one he said eva. Eva means like. So like you have to see proper, your gaze should be proper. So Shankaracharya ji said, Bhagwan, it seems Bhagwan has forgotten eva shabda. The meaning of eva means like. So he says, eva shabdaha luptaha. It seems in Bhagwan's shloka, means verse, this like, it is not vidhi, it is not to be done. When you sit meditation, your gaze should be always on the tip of the nose. It is not that type of vidhi. That's why he says, eva shabdaha luptaha. It seems that eva means like, is like you are seeing your tip of the nose. That word is luptaha. It seems Bhagwan has forgotten, is elided. Drashtavya means it seems. That's why he says, Swanasika agram samprekshanam na viditsitam. This is not any rule to be done. Viditsitam means it is not rule. One has to sit and gaze only one's own nose. It is not any vidhi. It is not to be done. Iha means in this meditation chapter. So kim tarho. Then what would Bhagwan would like to convey? That's why Shankaracharya says, Kim Tari, then why? What is the meaning of Somnasikagram Sampreksha? He says, Chakshushoho Drashti Sannipataha. The gaze of the mind, our look, both our eyesight, where should we keep? It says, if person is not comfortable in meditation and a person closes the eyes, then it's chance to go and sleep. That's why always Bhagavan says our eyes should be open, half closed. It should be half closed. And if half closed, then where can we fix our gaze? When we can fix, that's Bhagavan says, Samnasika. When we are studying, no, somebody asked Pujya Swamiji, which is the best position to sit in meditation. So Pujya Swamiji says, like a posture of Bhagavan Buddha. If you look Bhagavan Buddha posture, so he always half eyes is open, but he never says at the tip of the nose. He just seeing down below. That's why it's called Drashti Sannipataha. Where can our fix eyes while sitting in meditation? So he says, it's not necessary to look at the tip of the nose. Even Shankaracharya said. And what Bhagavan is intended, what Bhagavan would like to convey, so Shankaracharya says, Sahacha, Sahal Bhagavan, Sah Bhagavan Krishna, Vivakshitaha. He is intended, he would like to convey what? Only Antakarana Samadhana Apeksha. Bhagavan would like to convey is where we fix our eyes is not really speaking necessary, but our mind should be tranquil, our mind should be absorbed. It's called Antakaran Samadhana Apeksha. That was only Bhagavan's intention. And if Bhagavan would like to convey while sitting in meditation, our eyes should be fixed on the top of the nasikra, our nose, then Bhagavan never tell in next few, after some few words, Bhagavan will tell your mind should be focused in the mind only, in consciousness only. If Bhagavan would like to tell your mind should be fixed only in the tip of the nose, then Bhagavan won't say after 2 to 3 words, your mind should be fixed in Atma. That's why he says, now this is Shankaracharya's explanation. Svanasika gram samprekshanam, looking one's own nose, vivakshitam manaha, that our mind, tatra eva samadhi, our mind should be absorbed well on the tip of the nose. This Bhagavan would like to convey. So he says, no, Bhagavan would like to convey Atma Sanstamana Kritu. Na Atmani, your mind should not, whenever our eyes are fixed, our mind is automatically absorbed. So our eyes are fixed on the tip of the nose. Where could be our mind absorbed? So somebody says, on the tip of the nose only. So this Bhagavan would like to convey. Shankaracharya said, no. Atmanehi manasah samadhanam vakshyati. Bhagavan will tell. Vakshyati means Bhagavan will tell. And what Bhagavan will tell? Manasah samadhanam. Absorptions of mind. Our mind should be absorbed where? Atmanihi, in consciousness only. And Vakshati, Bhagavan will tell, Atma 2, I think, 4 to 5 verses. Atma Sanstham Manah Krutva. Our mind should be resolved. Our mind should be focused, absorbed where? Atma Sanstham means one's own consciousness only. Tasmad Eva Shabdaha. This Bhagavan has forgotten this Eva. Eva means as though you are looking your tip of the nose. It is not any vidhi to be done. So lopena akshanoho drashti sannipataha sampreksha. So what is the meaning of sampreksha? Looking. So Shankaracharya says akshanoho drashti sannipataha. Drashti sannipata means gaze. Our eye should be focused where? So on the tip of the nose. Lopena. Eva Shabda Lopena. As though Eva Shabda has gone in the verse. That's why Bhagavan says, Eva Nashika Gramsam. it should be like that. So what Shankaracharya would like to tell you, no? Here he says, Bhagavan should put Eva Shabda. Swam Prekshya Nasikagram Swam Eva. Is the one has to, so it is not Vidhi. That's why I have written, one should not gaze up also, one should not gaze even down also. So where should we fix our eyes while doing in meditation? That's why it doesn't mean only on the tip of the nose. The meaning is one should not look at any object which can distract our mind. So our mind should be fixed such a way it should not distract. It can be absorbed naturally. And plus, Dishahacha ana avalokayan. While even half-closed eye should not see all the direction. It should be fixed in one place only. That's why Bhagavan says, Dishaha means direction. Avalokayan means looking. But Ana means should not look. Like in Bharatnatyam, no? That dancer always look all over. It eye can move all over the way. Same way, in meditation, it should not done like this. Our eyes should be fixed. Disham cha avalokanam antara akurvaniti. Avalokanam antara should not do. Antara avalokan. While sitting in meditation, in sometime you might have attended some camp. So there all people are sitting together for meditation, and next to a person, one person is making noise. Then our eyes should go there. Half eyes, we can try to see what that person is doing. That's why it says it should not be do like that. Dishahacha anavalokayan. Our eyes should not move all over the place, all over the direction. These are very small tips, but while we sit with meditation is very helpful. One person, Pujya Swamiji's example, he told us, one person has come to Pujya Swamiji and he asked, I cannot sit in meditation. While I'm sitting in meditation, except meditation, everything I can do, but I cannot do meditation. So any tip, how can I do the meditation? Then Pujya Swamiji says, I told him, you just think, I am sitting like a Bhagavan Buddha, like his smiling face, and his Swamiji says, never think anything. If you know any japa, try to do that japa. Even never force your mind, okay, now start japa. It will become naturally. And after, he says, after 6 months, that person again comes. He says, now I'm comfortable. See, only this small tip, but that person will become comfortable. That's why Dishahacha anavalokayan. Our eyes should not move all over the direction. That's why while sitting in the meditation, one should not look left, right, ups and downs. Because while meditation, 2 types of sittings are involved. One is external sitting and another is inner sitting. And absorbing with the object is called inner sitting. And if still are busy with our external eyes, then inner sitting cannot be possible. That's why Bhagavan has given this instruction. Again, the qualification has given Bhagavan. Which type of person should we sit in meditation? So Bhagavan says, again, these all are qualification. One is Prashantatma, another is Vigata Bhihi, third one is Brahmachari Vratesthitaha, fourth one is Manaha Sanyamya, Matchittaha, fifth, Matparaha, sixth, and then Yuktaha Asit. Yuktaha means meditator, Dhyata, Asit means should sit. So Prashantatma asit vigata bihi asit brahmachari vrate sthitah asit manah sanyamya asit matchitah asit matparah asit. And one by one, Bhagwan Shankaracharya is explained what is the meaning of Prashantatma, Vigata Bihi. In this verse, Bhagwan has talked about the seeker, sadhaka or real mumukshu. What is the trait of real mumukshu? A person whose goal is nothing but to know oneself. That person is serious, committed, ardent student. This is the qualification of. So first one is called Prashantatma. So Shankaracharya is written, then we will go. What is the meaning of Prashantatma? Prakarshena Shantaha Atma. Yeah, the meaning of Atma is mind here. This is not Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Atma means one's own mind. Shantaha is the tranquil. Prakarshena means naturally. So Prakarshena Shantaha Atma is equal to Antakaranam. One's own mind. Shantaha yasya saha ayam prashantatma. This is called Bahuvrihi Samas in grammar. So a person who has gained relative peace, Shanti, having lived a life of Karma Yoga, only that person can have Prashanta, Shantaha. One who has taken care of one's own Ragadvesha, only that person can be Prashantatma. And a person does not live under the pressure of this Ragadvesha. Only this person can become a Prashantatma. So these are the condition. One who has lived a life of Karma Yoga, one who has taken care of one's own Ragadvesha, and third one who is not live under the pressure of this Ragadvesha. This person is called Prashantatma. Atma means here mind only, subtle body. So first qualification. Second qualification, Bhagwan says, Vigata Bihi. Bihi means fear. Vigata means gone. From whom that fear has gone. That person is called Vigata Bihi. Free from fear. One should not be afraid while sitting in meditation. Why is written? Why one should afraid? So it's written, when we sit in meditation and really our body is relaxed, physical body is relaxed, then our identification with the body mind sense complex is little bit loosened. Then person feels a fear of death. What will happen to me? It seems I'm losing identification with my body. It's dangerous if person is not ready. That's why Bihi means fear. Vigata means without. It seems person feels also, okay, I am out of body. This body is not me. This feeling gives fear. That's why Bhagavan says, Vigata Bihi. If person is listening Shastra, such person never feels such fear, but it can be possible. One who is over attached to family, one who is over attached with one's own body mind sense complex. So that's why it's written, when person sits for meditation, our ahankara means identification with body mind sense complex is resolved in consciousness. This resolution feels for a person like a dissociation from the body. I'm just detached from the body, that person cannot bear. And another, if person is gruhastha and is sitting in the meditation, it can be possible. So another meaning of fear is, what will happen tomorrow if I sit in meditation? You know, generally people are listening. There are two types of meditation. If you are comfortable in meditation, then samadhi will come. In samadhi, you can sit for long time. You can sit for week also. Nobody can sit, but there are scriptures are available. Person can sit. So a person who is not ready, and they have listened this word samadhi, that when we sit for some meditation, it starts thinking, what will happen to my family if I goes in samadhi? If I will go into samadhi, who will take care of my family members? After coming from samadhi, after long time, can I hold my job or not? Because it will take long time, 7 days. This is fear. And Shankaracharya is written, this Vigata Behi is straight for sannyasi. Sannyasi doesn't any fear, no? No job, no family. So this is, really speaking, this is Bhagavan is mentioned for sannyasi, but Gruhastha can also sitting for meditation, then this fear will come. And if a person is sannyasi and still it is not matured, that person can also such fear. That's why Bhagavan says, person should be vigatapihi. Then brahmachari vratesthitam. So very beautiful word is brahmachari. Vrata means one type of vow. Sthita means one who remain, one who observe, brahmachari. So Shankaracharya is given what is the meaning of brahmachari. So he says, brahmacharinaha vratam is called brahmachari vratam. So what is the meaning of brahmacharya? He says, Guru Sushrusha, one who serve the Guru is called brahmachari. Then Bhiksha Bhuktyadi, a person who is living with Guru, and that person should go for alms, for Bhiksha, and whatever come in Bhiksha, with that only that person is satisfied. It's called brahmachari. That person should not craving for another food item. It's called Bhiksha Bhuktyadi. Bhukti means one who eats only on Bhiksha. It is very difficult for a person, one is living in Gurukulam, morning and evening, only same. Puja Swamiji used to told us, he says, whenever I lived in Rishikesh from 1962 to 1969, we have to beg Bhiksha in Kali Kamliwala. There is one ashram, they used to give all Bhiksha to all sadhus, sannyasi. So he says morning, dal bati, and evening, bati dal. So same. There is no option. Same. So Swamiji, we just change the word. Roti dal, dal roti. Evening and morning, still a person who doesn't have any problem, that person is called brahmachari. Tasmin sthitaha, one who remain like this. Somebody might have that written, I think there is one book of Tapovanji Maharaj, Guru of Chinmayananji. He was very strict. While Chinmayananji was studying with Tapovanji, so he has written somewhere, Chinmayananji. Tapovanjis, there are many students, even kings also. Uttarakhand king also student of Tapovanji. So whenever king comes, even other devotee comes to meet Tapovanji, they always brought some different type of sweet, snacks. They offer to Tapovanji. So we all brahmachari became happy. Now something, some new item we will eat. So what Tapovanji used to do? They say, they hold all sweets. They ask his students, follow me, you join me, we are going on the bank of Ganges. Then he offer one by one all sweet to Ganga. He never gives to any brahmachari, one who is sitting along with Tapovanji Maharaj. It says it is so, we are depressed at that time, why he is not giving to us. But still, one still then can study, it's called brahmachari. So Bhiksha Bhuktyadi, whatever come in Bhiksha, Tasmin Sthitaha, one who lives like that, Tad Anusthata, remain firm in this, Anusthata, Bhavet, may you become like this. It's called Brahmacharya Vratesthita. But really speaking, that Brahma Shabda has two meaning. Brahma Shabda. So if you see etymology of Brahmachari means Brahmacharitum Shilam Yasya Sah Brahmachari. One who is always interested, one whose nature Brahmacharitum, who is always engaged to know Brahman. Such person is called Brahmachari. So that's why there is a Brahma, Shabda has two meanings. One meaning is Brahma is equal to Shastra, scriptures. A person who has dedicated one's own life for scripture, one who lives a life in Gurukulam, and even that person do seva of Guru, one should take a food, whatever given in Bhiksha, that person may be Brahmachari also or may be Grihastha. All are called Brahmachari. It's not like that married person is not Brahmachari. One who is living in Gurukulam, one who is dedicated one's life for scriptures, that person is called Brahmachari. So the meaning of Brahmachari means committed life, conducive in ashrama is called Brahmachari. Another meaning of Brahma is Ishvara. So another meaning of Brahman means Brahma is equal to Ishvara. So again, a person who lives one's own life for only Ishvara, and that person is living in Gurukulam dedicated to scriptures and Guru again, that person is also called Brahmachari. Is not only one who studies scriptures, but who also having interest to have a darshan of Ishvara. That person is also called Brahmachari. So Brahmachari is not unmarried according to Shastra. Brahmachari means one who's interested in scriptures. It's called Brahmachari. One who's interested in Ishvara. And one who is totally dedicated to Ishvara, one who is totally dedicated to. So Kabira, we can say, is Brahmachari. Because he is totally dedicated to Ishvara only. And another qualification of that Brahmachari or Prashantatma is Manaha Sanyamya. Shankaracharya has written Manasaha Vrittihi Upasamvritya. Withdrawn. Before sitting in meditation, a person has withdrawn Manasaha Vrittihi. All the thought process of mind, one was withdraw from outside, external, one was withdraw all thinking process. It's called Manaha Sanyamya. In Bhagavan says, Mat Chittaha. So what is the meaning of Mat Chittaha? So Shankaracharya has written, Mahi Parmeshwara Chittam Yasya Saha. One whose mind in Ishvara only. It's called Mat Chittaha. Saha Ayam Mat Chittaha. This is a 6th chapter. 1 to 6th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan has discussed Jiva Swarupa. We will see when 7th chapter will start. And from 7th to 12th chapter, Bhagavan will discuss Ishvarasya Swarupam. So one's own Swarupam, Bhagavan will tell to Arjuna. So this is called Prathama Shatak, this is called Madhyama Shatak, and Antim Shatak. Shatak means 666. This is 1 to 6 because Gita has 18th chapters. So it is divided in 3. 666. So it's called Shatak. So in first Shatak, Jiva Swarupa. So totally about Jiva Bhagavan is discussed. while in 7 to 12, Ishvara will be discussed. So this is the first time Bhagwan has used Matchitta, because now 7th chapter will come. That's why Bhagwan says Matchitta. From 7th verse, Mama, Mama will come. Always Mama, Aham will come. So Matchitta, so Bhagwan says, who I am? So he says, Parameshwara. Nothing but I am Parameshwara, one whose mind is given to that Ishvara, to me. That person is called Matchitta. But discussion of this Matchitta we'll see next time. Any question regarding this? No question?
So, Swaminiji, this Prashantatma
Vigata
and Vigata B, those are not necessarily requirements for meditation, is it? Because if those are the requirements, then most of us cannot meditate really.
yeah, without this, yeah. You know, generally, one who is live a life of karma yoga, that person is comfortable in meditation, really speaking. One whose mind is not stable, is not balance, not stable means balance. It's very difficult for that person to sit in meditation. For such person, it says there are 3 types of meditation in general. So while doing meditation, you close your eyes, but chant loudly. If your mind is not fixed, you chant loudly. And your mind should be that words of chanting. So this is a person who cannot close your eyes, even they can loudly chant. It is also one type of meditation. Then Upanshu also. You can chant, but it should not be loudly, but slowly, but still murmuring, murmuring sound. That also, but at that time, our mind with that words of chanting. Then it's also considered as a meditation only. But who is totally relaxed, that person can go meditation comfortable. And this all qualification, Prashantatma Vigatabhi, I think that person can do meditation open eye also. Not to close eye. That person can do open eye meditation.
But open eyes, Swamiji, is very difficult. I mean, closed eyes, I think meditation comes easy.
Yeah. But open eyes, you can fix even your whatever Ishtadeva image in front of you or Vigraha in front of you, and you start chanting.
So,
yes.
Prashantatma is then always in meditation. Only then is Prashantatma. Right?
True, yeah.
He is always in Samatvam.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a need to meditate.
Yeah, open eye meditation. That person, among all people also, that person can think. Like Puja Swamiji, sitting in airport, all new ideas come, When new ideas come, it's called while we are sitting in meditation only. Otherwise, new idea, how can come?
Yeah. Also, yeah.
That's what they say, Swami, right? The Tanme Managa Shiva Sankalpa Mastu, if it's a constant thing, then you don't relate to anything.
Yeah.
Yet you relate to everything.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah. It was very interesting that Tapavanji example, you said, would took all the sweets and threw it and offered to Ganga Mata.
Yeah.
But Puja Swami is the other end.
Total opposite. Total
Exactly.
opposite.
The other end. He will encourage everyone to enjoy.
Yeah.
But also subtly telling that you are not doing.
No, but not to forget that between 62 and 69, he lived on dal roti every day for every meal.
That conditioned him, that's correct. I'm sure it conditioned him. Or
And
helped him.
Swamiji, with Swamiji, there is a one Mahatma was there. His name is Keshavananda. You might have heard. He was in Rishikesh Ashram only. That Keshavananda has seen Pujya Swamiji is very good Mahatma. Then whatever dal roti come, no, he put some more masala, make it tasty. Then Swamiji was
Because I remember in one of the Sailasburg camps, there was bad weather, like tornadoes and thunderstorms, and like it was really bad weather, and power was gone. And Swamiji had requested Ramachandran, the ashram, chef or cook, who's great by the way, and to make vegetarian puffs, like vegetable puffs for everyone. And then when the power went out, they couldn't use the oven. Swamiji was very upset that everybody should eat vegetable puff today. So somehow he said, you should make it happen. That even like 3 o'clock, he said, stop the class and check if the puffs are ready or not for others. It was just, I'm just saying this, silly, might sound silly, but he was looking on everyone to just be relating to everything at the same time realize that it's not part of.
In Swamiji's mind, he is always care for each and every person,
Yeah.
So when we went to Rishikesh while studying, he took us to Rishikesh for 3 months. Then he says, now you have to go for Bhiksha. Open, barefoot.
Yeah, you told us this before.
Yeah. So we went. Then he says, take only dal roti. But Swamiji asked Kali Kamliwala, you prepare all bandara good. So all sweet, good, everything they gave us. This Swamiji can do. Nobody else. Always. Then he sat along with us. Then I asked, now you eat, now eat. Like mother, So there's with you keep Vigraha on front of you, Taj Nilaji, and you start chanting. It's not any chanting. Adaram Madhuram is also one type of meditation. Whatever we know, we can chant. Recite also. Even any bhajan, if you recite, it's also meditation. Meaning of meditation means our mind should be absorbed. Whether in Ishvara, whether in conscious, but better Ishvara is good.
So there is what is the word Swaminiji used? This Sajayati Pravaha something, right? That Sajayati Vritti Pravaha.
Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha. Vijatiya Pratyaya Rahitaha, Sajatiya Pratyaya Sahitaha, Manasa Vyaparaha. The activity of mind.
Right.
But Sajatiya, if you keep on singing, or glories of Lord, whatever we know, bhajan, whatever we know, this is also meditation. So that's why in bhajan, people are always absorbed.
Yeah.
Speedy.
Yeah.
In meditation and close eyes, very difficult. But this is, naturally we can absorb. So this is more good in my thinking. Then cross leg and then Sabhakaya Griha, it will come later. Now, anyway, I would like to tell, tomorrow I am again traveling to
Television, Swamiji.
Huh?
When people watch television and they get absorbed in what they're watching, this is also meditation.
Yeah. If you are cooking properly, it's also meditation. If you are cooking properly, our mind is only focused in cooking. This is also meditation. Yeah.
Layam of the mind.
If we know we are cooking for Lord, whatever, it should be prepared in best manner. Then what we are doing is also meditation. Meera never sit in meditation. We are always doing something, but still she was in meditation.
Because when there is when there is that intense liking for that object of meditation, it is natural.
Natural, yeah, it becomes natural.
The reason we are having trouble with meditation is we don't see that we don't have that liking or
Yeah, that's
that
why
love
we
is not there.
not
So
there.
we have to make it happen.
Yeah.
Whereas for a mother to contemplate on her child, you don't need to tell her,
Yeah.
sit straight and, focus your nose. And
Yes. Tomorrow I'm traveling again to Ahmedabad. Swamiji is not well. Swami Viditatmananji and all Swamiji's inmates. So Gurukul Vasi. They all are sick. 6 people. They all have fever and everything. Not fever because of coronavirus, but they have chikungunya. One person has even heart attack.
Oh.
So that's why we are going. So again, we cannot meet tomorrow. Next week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Purnamada
Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Samavaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om